you're having an awesome summer. Now that you've had some time to relax and maybe sit by the pool, now it's time to think a little bit about setting goals for next year so that you can make it the best year ever. Is your goal clear? Do you have it in mind? Have you gotten it written down? Yes? No? If you haven't, go write it down. Now that you've written your goal, I want you to think about how close are you? If you had piles and piles of homework that you would take home every night and were grading for an hour, think about what that looks like. Think about what kind of things were causing that situation so that you can rectify them. If you're going to be in admin, how far are you? Have you already taken some coursework in it, or are you starting a master's program from scratch? Think about how close you are to your goal, so then you can start setting mini steps in between to get from A to Z, because we've got to go through the whole alphabet to get there. Now that you've written down your goals and you've looked at where you are now in comparison to where you want to be with your goal, I want you to sit down with yourself and self-reflect. Is your goal actually something you really want? For a lot of high achievers and people in general, it can be really easy to give yourself a goal that's not from here. It's from here and from seeing other people doing it, and you think, well, I should do this, but it's not something deep in your heart that you want. It's more just getting something done on a checklist. Are you doing something for the checklist or because it's something that you know you really want to do? Self-reflect. There's not a right or wrong answer here, but make sure that the things that you go after in life are really what you want. All right, now that you've reflected on your goal, if you've decided that the goal that you had wasn't the right goal for you, regroup. Start from the first thing. Find out, what do I really want? Spend some time this summer and think about that. Think about what is going to make you feel better about your teaching practice. What's going to energize you? What's going to energize your students? What's going to better their test scores? But not just the test scores, what's going to better your students' lives? Now that you're really clear on what your goal is, I want you to map out your next school year to achieve it. So you need to be doing something at the very least once a week to reach that goal. Find out what that is. It depends on each thing. It's even better if you find a way to improve this practice every day. Go ahead, write it down. What does that look like for you? One thing I like to do is actually schedule time in my phone so that I get a reminder every day. And since it's summer, think about it. Is there anything you can be doing now to make this easier come school year? Just like we do data collection for our students, I want you to do data collection on yourself. It's a little bit scary and it can be easy to try to avoid to keep yourself from being accountable. But this is your goal. And if you want to achieve it, you've got to learn to be accountable to yourself. This isn't for your admins. This isn't for anybody but you. But make some time, make a sheet for yourself, and really track how are you making progress on it. Write it down once a week, maybe even once a month, and reflect how have you really gotten further on your goal. The nice thing about this is it makes it easy to catch yourself, and instead of backtracking, you can re-pick it up the very next day and get back on track. Tell me below, what are your goals for next year? Let me know in the comments and we'll work together to achieve.